Hi, in this video we will be looking at the concept of making a plan. Whenever you start anything, like an idea, business, or product, you are almost guaranteeing failure if you do not make a plan. So where do we see this in the Bible? Well, we see it right from the start. In Genesis chapter 1, God creates everything step by step. He makes a power source and light. He then makes a place for life to dwell in, namely the earth. Then he makes water life, land-dwelling life, and people. He didn't make these things haphazardly. There's no accidental bang and then somehow everything starts falling into place. You can see this just by looking outside. Go ahead and take a look. Everything has a purpose. From the grass and trees, to the lowly ant and worm, to the king of beasts, elephants, other animals, and man. Everything has its place, purpose, and plan. We breathe out carbon dioxide, which, by the way, is not a poison, because what requires this essential element? Plants do. If it was a poison, then it would probably kill everything in its path, but it does not kill plants. They use the CO2 and we use the oxygen that they give out. The more CO2, the more plants are creating oxygen, the more air for us. Anyway, we all have our part in the ongoing life system God established. What does this have to do with business? If you want your idea or product to have a better chance of sustainability, you need to plan it out. Have you ever heard of a successful business that someone just kind of threw out there and it happened to gain a life of its own? No. Every successful endeavor needs a plan. A recipe to make a dish, a map if you want to get from A to B, a business plan that details how will you get from concept to customers, a blueprint to build a building or a house. If you skip planning on any of these things, you are more likely to be a failure at what you are attempting. The meal will taste funny, you will get lost, your business will fail, or your building will be unstable or lack necessary elements. In the real world, there's a saying, you might have heard of this. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. This does not mean you have to plan every little thing, but if you're looking to be successful in a new idea, business, or product, you need to plan. In Habakkuk 2:2 it says, "And the Lord answered me and said, Write the vision and make it plain on tablets, that he may run that reads it." In this, God is saying, take the vision, idea, or concept and write it down, clear and simple, so that the next guy can go with it right after he reads it, running, rather than having to figure it out. Stop and talk to you and have it explained to him. You have an idea for a business? Write it down plain enough so that once you start, you can just delegate and move forward without having to teach and explain it to everyone who's going to work on it with you. You can hit the ground running, knowing what the next step is, what each part of the plan is going to do. When you plan, you take it step by step. You finish one step, well, you know it's on to the next step. You don't have to guess. So make a plan. Make it easy to understand, but make it a plan. So if there is something that you have brewing inside of you and you have not written it down yet, then once this video is over, start writing the summary of this idea. What it is, what is the goal, and how are you going to get there? I encourage you to do this. You'll find you'll get a lot more done that way. Thank you for watching, and please let me know if you have any questions.